Hello and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be me just talking about my Super-8 film camera that I have just purchased. This video is going to be pretty exciting for me because I have been into film photography for, I don't know, about 4 or 5 years now. And this has kind of been a dream of mine for a while now. Just getting into a little bit of that retro look, kind of grainy, filmy look. Of course, now in the digital age, there are a myriad of filters that you can put on your pictures or videos to get this look. But I have kind of always wanted to do it the old school way. And so that's where this bad boy comes into play. So, as I have said, this is a Super-8 film camera. As you can see right here, it says 8, and so it takes a super 8mm film. I'm not super duper up on the film sizes and what it all means yet. I've just kind of started getting into this hobby, but from what I can gather, Super-8 film, what I've read a little bit, was introduced in the 30s. If somebody knows a little bit more about that, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be way off. It was either the 30s or the 1960s, because I know the Super-8 cameras themselves were sort of a move away from like the little bit more clunkier standard 8 film, and these were more of like an amateur camera for like me or you or whatever. These are probably these were the cameras that like my parents used in the 70s and 80s probably. Just basically for the time, a point and shoot, instead of having to set up a bunch of equipment and things like that. But the film itself, I want to say, was introduced in the 30s, and it came in these little cartridges like this, and you can see right here the film. And this is old, expired roll of Kodachrome by Kodak, which no longer makes Kodachrome. This came in the camera when I bought it off of eBay, and they discontinued Kodachrome in like the early and mid 2000s. They don't make it anymore. So you really can't even get this film developed. And so even if I wanted to see what was on this film, what the previous owner of the camera shot on here, because this is not my roll of film, this, yeah, like I said, came with the camera, so who knows, I wouldn't be able to. So this is going to get trashed after the video. But basically, the film came in these little cartridges, which, like I said, basically allowed amateurs like me to have the film contained in this dark cartridge. So you can take the film in and out of the camera during the day, and all you're going to lose is 2 frames of footage. This is like a 50-foot roll in here, which is about 2 2.5 to 3 minutes of footage, depending on how fast the frame rate of your camera is. So, we all know you expose film to light, it ruins the film. So this allowed amateurs to take the film in and out of the camera and just lose this frame, the end frame, and the beginning frame when you put it into the camera, which is, not barely anything, and you still have a good amount of footage, and you could probably fix that by taking it in and out of the camera in the dark if you really cared about getting all of that footage off the camera. But the camera itself, I'm just going to move this back a little bit just so I have all of my desk space right there. So the camera itself, this particular model is a Yashica Super-8 electronic. And this particular model, I did some research, was made and marketed from 1968 until 1971. So right here, we're looking at an almost 55-year-old camera. And from my limited knowledge of Super-8 cameras, from just about a couple months I have been really looking into them, you can tell that this is an older model of Super-8 because it's constructed with metal and hard plastic, and it's like very, very heavy, very like sturdy camera. I'm not sure what the exact weight of this is, but it has like a very very heavy feel to it, which is nice. From what I have gathered from watching other Super-8 videos, the ones that they made in like the late 70s, early 80s were all this plastic, like the plastic craze, everything was sleek plastic. So right here, we're looking at an almost 55-year-old camera, about 54 to 51 years old, from the 1968 to 1971 year range. And sorry for it being washed out. The light is, again, terrible. And so when I was researching which cameras to get, a lot of people were saying, get the Yashica, really any Yashica model, the Super, 40 electric, Super 60 electric, Super 600 electro, LD6, Super 800 electro. Those are a little bit higher end models than this. But for me, being, just kind of a beginner with the whole format, I thought the simpler would be better starting out. So I went on eBay and I got this for about $80. And the thing with Super-8 cameras is a lot of them are sold as is. Basically meaning somebody pulled out of storage. This thing could have been in storage for who knows how long. The guy I got this one from estimated that this thing was in storage for around 20 years before it got pulled out and sold to me. And, these things may have broken and then been put into storage and forgotten about, and somebody or their kids are going through their stuff, just for curiosity's sake, or for like an estate sale or something, and they find this, and they're like, wow, that's cool. We'll just sell it, you know? And so a lot of these you will find sold as is, which means they have not been tested. And so basically you don't know what you're getting. So it could be broken. It could be, you know, it could not shoot properly, not expose properly, whatever. There are some places online that sell these Super-8 cameras for, you know, ridiculous prices, basically because they rehabilitate them, they fix them, and make sure that they work. So when you're buying a Super-8 camera, basically there are two, like, I don't want to say grades, but there's like as is or untested. They just pulled it out of wherever it was stored and are selling it. And then tested and working. Now, this particular camera that I've gotten has been tested. Which means that the motor runs. So when you pull the trigger right here, the motor runs. And I don't want to do that too much because I don't want to wear out the motor and waste the batteries that I have in here in the handle. So the motor runs, but I am not sure how this camera exposes. Because I have not run a test film roll through the camera. So the motor runs. The zoom works as well. These are the zoom buttons. You have wide and tele, which basically just is like telescopic and wide lens. So the lens zoom works. So when I'm pointing and zooming, and I have the lens cap on right now, the zoom works. So I know at the very least this camera will run film through it, but I don't know how that film will turn out and what it'll look like. So before I can do anything, I have to run film through the camera and get it processed and sent back to me so I can view it and see what it looks like. But I've overcome the first step by basically buying a camera that has been tested and the motor works at the very least. So with these cameras, the Yashicas, they're pretty cool because they have the heavy feel to them. But if you look right here, and you might not be able to see super well because of the light, you have a few controls. And basically these controls right here, this right here is the frame rate. So you have 12, 18, and 24 frames a second, like that. And I can just move the frames down and up as I want, and you can hear the difference in the shutter speed. So if I put it on 12 like that, it runs a lot slower than if I have it on 24. So generally, when you're shooting Super-8, especially now in the 21st century, you're shooting it to digitize. So you're going to get it scanned, you're going to get it returned to you in a digital format, and you're going to view it on your computer or your phone or whatever. So generally either 18 or 24 is the best. 24, from what I've heard, is the best. For that, it gets you a really stable picture and good for viewing on a digital device. 18 is kind of the standard frames per second, standard frame rate though, and you can still shoot that. So then we have the battery tester, and when you press this button right here, this light comes on, and bright equals good. And I know it's good because I've just put new batteries in there. This thing takes 4 AA batteries, which is nice. And then you have the remote control socket, which I actually don't know what that is. The diopter adjustment right here, which allows you to adjust to the viewfinder for if you're not wearing glasses or corrective lenses of any kind. So if I was wearing no glasses or I didn't have my contacts in, I could just go in there, make sure that the picture I'm seeing through the viewfinder is not blurry. That's not really an issue because I will usually probably be always wearing my glasses or contacts when I am shooting this. And then we have the meter here. I'm actually not sure what this is for. I think this is to measure how many feet of film you still have left, but I could be wrong. And then this is your frames view, basically what frame you are on of the film. And then again, the wide and telescopic zoom functions. So if we go over here to this side of the camera, we have the film door for where you're going to be putting your film into the camera. And the this little knob should be facing the other way, this way. But when I bought the camera, I accidentally unscrewed the knob and it fell off. And then when I went to go put it back together, I put it on the wrong way. But it still functions as intended. So this is where you place your film. It's like one of these. And it just slides in like this. And you're ready to shoot. And so this is also a little view door right here, if you can see, for what type of film you're shooting. So Kodachrome 2 in the case of this. And then you have obviously your lens cap. So yeah, this is just the basic Super-8 camera. Let's see here. Here we are. I guess that's a little bit of the view through the viewfinder. Yeah, just a basic Super-8 camera. I'm very much still a newbie with these, but I am really excited to shoot this summer. I go to the beach a lot with my friends, And so I'm really excited to get some of the, just like those retro shots of like the beach, hanging out on the beach, stuff like that. And there's a pretty good chance I will probably share some of those films here on this channel, either just silent or with a voiceover. This camera does not shoot in sound, so anything shot on this camera is going to be silent. They did make sound Super-8s, but they are obsolete now because any lab that is going to process Super-8 film cannot process the sound part of it. So, yeah, these films are completely silent. This doesn't even have a sound option. Which is cool because I'm planning on adding music, or whatever to the video. But yeah, that's just the basic Super-8 camera. Really, really excited about it. Like I said, I'll be sharing some of my films with you, most likely. But yeah, let me know what you think. We'll see how it goes. I might throw up the test roll when I get around to shooting it on here, so maybe be on the lookout for that in the next month or so. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about Super-8 cameras. My rambly, all over the place explanation of Super-8. I definitely encourage you to go look into them yourself. If you're into photography or videography of any kind and you want to get that retro look, they're making a big comeback among film enthusiasts, myself included, today. So even to the point where Kodak has come out with a new line of film for them that you can buy new, and there are shops all over the world where you can get that film scanned and digitized and things like that. So yeah, it's pretty exciting, and I'm sure I'll be maybe doing a little bit, doing some more videos in the future as I get a little bit more acquainted with the format, and maybe pick up some more cameras. As I've said, this is just the beginning of my film journey. So yeah, with that being said, this is where I'm going to end the video. But I hope that you really, really liked it, and that it can help you relax, and that you have a great day or night or evening whenever you are watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.